Welcome and thank you for using the piano dictionary. All right, so we are going to look at the spider exercise, level one. Okay, so entry level. I'm not going to push it too far. I'm going to keep the rest of the exercise for level 2 and 3. But so this mainly I'm going to explain the exercise, what it does, why you do it, and the proper mechanic to do it as well, so that you practice efficiently. Now, this exercise is very hard on your muscles. Okay, so it's really kind of a workout. So you don't want to overdo it. I still do it before I go on. If ever I go on stage or I'm doing a solo piano gig or something like that, then I will always start off with this exercise. I think it's the best one to actually get the muscle up, get the blood into the muscle, and really warm up your hands. Okay, but as if you do it to practice or to develop the muscles in your hand, do not overdo it. Okay, you always want to feel a good burn, not a pinchy burn or if it's not a nice feeling burn, then you don't want to do that. That's like the best way to develop tendonitis or like bad things that you do not want. Okay, so that was just a little warning before the exercise. It's very powerful stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we are going to place our hand. So level one, we're only going to stay on C major. Okay, so we're starting on C major, which is finger 1 on C, finger 3 on E, and then finger 5 on G. Okay, so the first concept is that we always want to play notes. We never want, basically we want to connect all the notes together. That's what makes it difficult, okay, in a way. So what we're going to do is that we're going to start finger 5 and 3 playing down. Okay. Then we're going to play finger 2 right here, which I'm trying to move, and finger 4 on D and F. Okay. So we want to connect those two notes to the other previous two. And then 3 on E and then 1 on C. Okay, so my hand hasn't moved, right? I haven't moved my wrist. The hand stays exactly at the same spot for the level one. And then we're going to go back. All right, so from 1 to 3, 2 to 4, and then 3 to 5. All right, so if I do that again in one go, all right, so 5, 4, 3. Okay, again. All right, so ideally what I want to do, what I want to focus on is, first of all, having, I always say, the apple in the hand, right? You don't want to do that with your palm. It's hard to see, but if that's the key bed, right? I don't want to do the exercise completely, glued onto the keys. I want to give myself some room, so I want to raise my hand like I have an apple in my hand, and I want to raise my wrist, okay? That will make the exercise even harder because you have to push down further into the keys, but that's what you want to work, right? You want to work that power, that control, and that, especially because the finger 4 is usually not as developed as the other fingers. This is a great way to work that muscle right here, right below the finger 4. Okay, it's really usually not as developed as the other fingers. Okay, so that's where you get all the strength. You'll get the muscle flow. You'll get the blood flowing in the muscle, just rocking back and forth on C major. Okay, so what I would do is that I would put a metronome super slow. This exercise works better when you do it slowly. When you start going faster, then you can develop speed and rhythm and control, all right, doing that exercise, because you always want to hit both notes at the exact same time, right? You don't see here, I did a delay. I played 3 and 5 just a little bit syncopated. You don't want that. All right, so that was a mistake on my end. You always want to play both notes together. Okay, so when you start really focusing on, you know, the like playing the notes simultaneously. That's not an easy word to say for me. So then that's when you're really working your hand. All right, so you're raising your wrist, raising your palm, and then playing 1-3, so 5-3, so 1-3, 2-4, 3-5. And we're not going to implement a rhythm right now or anything else. Okay, so that's just the exercise level 1. Okay, now of course you have a left hand, right? So we are going to work the left hand as well. All right, so it's the exact same thing. All right, so we're placing the pinky on C and all the following white notes. Okay, and we're gonna go 5-3, 4-2, and then 3-1. Same thing. We want to raise the wrist, put an apple in our hand, right? There's an apple between my hand and the keys, and then I want to rock back and forth. Again, I'm aiming at hitting the notes at the same time. Okay, and you want to keep, as well as you do it, you want to keep the dynamic as constant as possible, which means you don't want like this one very hard, these ones super softly, these one even, and then super hard. You want the notes to, the dynamic range to be as constant as possible, which is hard. That's when you actually, not that's super soft. That's when you actually gain control. Or you can go you know, very hard. Okay, so again, raise the wrist, apple in your hand. Now what I would suggest is putting a metronome on slow speed, going right hand, just getting used to going from you know, doing this pattern with your fingers, doing the left hand. Okay, and then once you got the pattern down, join both of them together. So you're saving some time, both hands are working together. Okay, so that's they're doing the opposite though. So we're kind of adding a little bit of a difficulty there. Right, so we're starting finger 5 and 3, but in each hand, so it's kind of like a mirror, if you will. Again, try the dynamic to be as constant as possible. If you're going soft, then you want each note to be played as softly, well, as even as possible. Okay, and again, all the notes simultaneously. I can't say that word. Okay, so that's the spider level 1 exercise. All right, do not play any other notes. Don't, you know, we are going to stay on C major. Just rock back and forth. You'll see it will really work your hands. It will be hard at first, but again, remember, we want a warm burn. All right, nothing pinchy. If you start feeling something that's like twitching in your hand or your wrist, or stop. You don't want to encourage bad pain. Okay, you have to kind of like if you're in the gym and you're working out and you feel your muscle burning, then that's good. But if you feel something in your elbow that is kind of a sharp pain, then you have to stop. That's not a good pain. That's not what we're looking for. All right, we want our hands, build the muscle in our hands and in our forearm. Okay, so that's what this exercise is for. All right, so spider level 1. And once you have mastered that, then come in and look at the spider level 2, which will be one step further in difficulty level. All right, so work hard, guys. Keep on going. And this will be a great tool to build the muscle and dexterity in your hands. Thanks for watching.